to my opponent and the judge and the cameraman. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going in the cross about for discussing to attend in a debate competition for attending in a debate competitions about the advantage of and disadvantage of town lives and village lives. So, dear opponent, which life you can choose for your debate, for your consideration?
I would like to choose to give opinion for the benefits of the city life.
So let's start our debate competitions with, I hope it will be successful and it will be with full of embarking and intelligence points. So you know that village life, it can be tell as a peaceful life. You know, the environmental society in the village and environment nature is so wonderful, obviously, than the lives of towns. You can get the fresh air, the clean environment components, and many other refreshment components in the village that you can utilize your lives with touching with the nature. So, dear opponent, what can you tell against these points?
I agree with the peaceful and wonderful environment of the village life. But can you say there is so many facilities which we cannot get from the village life, like the education, the most expensive thing, most valuable thing for a human life. City life is a life from where we get a good education, because there is lot of colleges and it is surrounded by the universities. But at the village there is no any good facilities for about teaching or learning, and the guardians are not so
Let's discuss in a specific point, in a particular point.
I'm discussing about the education,
I have discussed about.
But I agree with you at that point.
Continue.
The parents are not so strict at the village education, and they cannot give the right guidance to their child, and for their, because they have to, because the because most of the people of village are surrounded by the farms. They are joined with the farms, with the farm works. For that they have to do hard work for their living at the village. In this business they cannot give good guidance to their children, and they have not so many facilities to get proper education at the village.
My dear opponent has find out a great and interesting point. But dear opponent, have you ever thought about this point that it overlooks that, most of the, you have told that the guardians give the pressure and they obviously guide the children's for their studying and academic works, but it is not imperative and it is not compulsory, and it is too bad to give a pressure to the student. It can impact the lives, it can impact their minds, so that most of the children in the cities are lacking of tenacity, are lacking of curiosity. They are working only for the pressure of the guardians. That is why. And you have told that there are no facilities in the village. Yes, I would like to tell that
I don't have to tell that there is no any facilities. There is facilities, but they are too small for their education, for their teaching, at their student life, and that is not so enough for their learning, for their education, for being a human, you know. And education is the most expensive